So after I processed my emotions and I processed that regret and processed, what I did wrong, you're left with the decision to make. And sometimes I wonder if the universe does this, gives you the opposite of what you want to kind of ask you if that is what you really want. Hello, everyone. My name is Emily. I'm a manifesting coach, and today we're going to be talking about what to do if you are manifesting the exact opposite of what you want. So, before we get started, I want to let you know that I am available for one on one coaching. If you're interested in that, there is a link in the description box that will take you to my booking page. You're manifesting the opposite of what you want. That can mean two different things. If you really feel like you are on the right track, if you really feel like you have been in the state of the wish fulfilled, if you really feel like you're doing everything right and you really like you can't even really react that much to the opposite showing up because you just know internally you're doing everything right and you have like no strong reaction to it, that could mean, it could just be part of the bridge of incidents. Sometimes the universe just works in ways that are very mysterious that we just can't fully understand yet. And you just have to keep persisting. There is also a time delay when it comes to the 3D, for good reason, because it would be very overwhelming if you just suddenly started manifesting everything you wanted instantly. So there is a little bit of a buffer time, and that time varies depending on your level of resistance. That time varies on the level of your belief. And how difficult you think it is to get this manifestation. It all really is all just dependent on what is going on in your internal world, as always. So when something happens like this, where you are manifesting an SP and instead of, them asking you out, they ask somebody else out, what you should really do in those moments is go within and ask yourself, okay, well, have I really been in the state of the wish fulfilled? Have I really felt like and identified with being my SP's boyfriend or girlfriend? Have I really, honestly, truly done the work and the internal work to get my manifestation? Or have I kind of just been putting it on the back burner and expecting it to just happen, um, without actually working on your assumptions or your beliefs? The answers to all these questions are always going to be within you. Always, 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 always. So if something is showing up in your 3D and you haven't been doing the work and you haven't really been getting into the state of the wish fulfilled, that is when you know you have some work to do. That's when you know you have some resistance or you have some limiting beliefs or assumptions that are around this topic that you need to uncover, you really need to work on. So it could be anything. And another thing that I want to remind you is that your beliefs are constantly, 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 constantly working all together at the same time. So you can have a belief that, your SP likes you, your SP wants to be with you, but you could also have a belief that, your self concept could just be poor. You could also have a belief that relationships just don't work out for you, or that, nobody really wants to be in a relationship with you, or that, even if somebody likes you, they just want a friends with benefits situation, or that's all that men want, or that's all that women want. So you really have to look at all of your beliefs, not just the beliefs around your SP, but the beliefs that you hold generally. So something that just happened recently in my life where I thought I was going to get my manifestation and I didn't. We were just recently house hunting, and the first bid that we put in for a house, we didn't get. Um, and I know, I'm like, you're probably thinking like, oh, you're a law of assumption coach. How are you not so perfect at manifesting? And I'm not going to like sit here and pretend that I've never made mistakes, because I don't think that that would be beneficial to you, especially when I am able to learn from my mistakes and I have a good lesson at the end of this. So even though like I really felt like this house was going to be our house and that I could see myself living in it and I could really identify with being the homeowner of this house, I also had a lot of limiting beliefs that were more dominant than that. So I had a lot of limiting beliefs about the market, about investors coming into the market. I had a lot of limiting beliefs about how easy house hunting is. So at the end of the day, what actually ended up happening was an investor came in and gave an all cash offer that, of course, was impossible for them to refuse because that is what my more dominant state was. Even though I could see myself in this house, I did not focus on all of my beliefs around buying a house. When that happened, I did have this sort of like learning curve because I realized, of course, we're all creating everything. And of course, we have as much control over our circumstances as we want because we're the god of our reality. So when it came back and our offer was not accepted, so after I processed my emotions and I processed that regret and processed, what I did wrong, you're left with the decision to make. And sometimes I wonder if the universe does this, gives you the opposite of what you want to kind of ask you if that is what you really want. Because if you really, really want something, you're going to keep persisting no matter what. And what I realized at the end of it was that, this house, as beautiful and as cute and as amazing of an opportunity as it would have been, it was not really my perfect house because the location was just not great. It was in a very weird, odd industrial slash residential area that I did not love, and the lot just wasn't perfect. So instead, I just decided to manifest something else, something better, because I didn't want to be stuck with a house like that probably was not going to build up a lot of equity in the amount of time that I wanted. So I want you guys to keep that in mind when you are manifesting the opposite of what you want. Maybe sometimes the universe is just trying to test you a little bit. Maybe the universe is asking you a question of, do you really want this? Do you want this enough that you're going to go back in and you're going to revise it and you're going to persist and you're going to keep working, doing that internal work for it? So, to recap, I guess, three things now that I think about it, the three things that you need to keep in mind when you're manifesting the opposite is one, if you are so sure that you are in the state of the wish fulfilled and you've worked through all your limiting beliefs and assumptions, then it could just be the bridge of incidents and you just have to persist and work through that in order to get your manifestation. The second thing is that it could be you have other beliefs that you did not know about or you just did not focus on that are more dominant than the belief that you have around whatever your manifestation is directly. It could be more general beliefs. It could be beliefs that you don't even know that you have, but that is where the internal work comes in. Or for number three, it could just be the universe asking you if this is what you really want, and the universe asking you, are you going to do the internal work to get back on track and revise it and manifest what it is that you actually want? Or are you going to use this as a way to manifest something better? So I hope that this was helpful. If you guys have any questions at all, please let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.